The task of searching through the rubble for bodies or survivors is putting an enormous physical and emotional strain on the thousands of men and women involved in the effort. Action News reporter Nora Mushanek joins us live at Liberty State Park in Jersey City with more on that story. Nora?
Jim, the massive effort to ferry supplies and personnel from New Jersey to Manhattan continues tonight. All day long, hundreds of volunteers from as far away as Illinois and New England have been manning a supply depot set up on the Jersey City waterfront. They're making sure that the rescue effort in New York has enough of the supplies and the manpower needed.
All right, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. All the way down, all the way down, straight down to the line.
Tons of 40-pound bags of ice have been hustled from forklifts and loaded by hundreds of volunteers onto boats and tugs at the Jersey City waterfront. Hour after hour, boats have been pulling up to the pier here, moving all kinds of equipment, medical supplies, and body bags, not to mention hundreds of National Guard troops and emergency medical personnel.
We're transporting volunteers of doctors, EMS, nurses, police personnel, other workers to New York City to alleviate the pressures on the workers there.
One volunteer paramedic from Capital Health System in Trenton helped rescue a woman from the rubble today.
She was awake and talking on her own. She had her own respiratory effort, and she seemed to be in fairly good shape for the trauma she went through.
But a day after, the attack is taking its toll. What do you tell people? What do you tell the families? What do you tell these guys who've been hurt?
I listen. They cry, I cry, they hurt. There's not a lot of words that can be said right now.
Some family members have been able to locate those trapped in the blast.
Compared to the other fellas, very lucky.
This elderly father runs off to see his injured son at a local hospital, but others are not so lucky.
I get calls, I'm looking for my wife, I'm looking for my husband, my daughter, I haven't seen her or heard from her since yesterday. It's very heartbreaking.
Still, there are some who continue holding out hope for more survivors.
They can be sheltered because the girders fall in just the right way, so they could be fine.
So you're holding out hope?
You got to hold out hope. There's still going to be people that we're pulling out.
And one note here, Jim, we're told that we've heard reports of search and rescue crews who have located the bodies of dead firefighters in the rubble, and they say the firefighters' flashlights were still on, indicating that the searchers say that they died on the job, killed when they were trying to rescue other people from that nightmare in New York City. Live in Jersey City, New Jersey, I'm Nora Mushanek, Channel 6 Action News.
Thank you, Nora.